Hey guys, Hanx-Saber giving you guys a very special deck profile. It is Infernoids, and we're here with Stevie Truong, and he actually came in top 4 in the regionals in Philadelphia like a month ago. And so here's the deck box to prove it. And if you didn't believe it, whatever. It doesn't prove it. You can buy it, whatever. Let's get into the deck profile. He actually won the locals today, so it's kind of interesting.
So I changed up my deck a lot since my Philly one because with the ban list, Jin is gone, so the deck has more flexibility.
Yeah, definitely helps the deck.
So one of each boss.
Yeah.
This one destroys all monsters, and this one destroys spells and traps.
Fair enough.
This one negates spells and traps, and this one negates monster effects by tributing one monster, so they're very powerful. Combined with like protection cards, they can really like blow up the board and create so much advantage for you. So this is like the thing that people are most afraid of usually in the deck. I run 1 and 1 because it doesn't really help to run 2 and 2 now because they will just be used as fodder for the other one, so it's kind of unnecessary. So maybe when the new set comes out, which is like in a week or 2, maybe I'll bump it up to 2 and 2.
Okay.
The Yotundos. He allows a lot of OTKs in the deck. There are like at least 5 cards in the actual deck dedicated in combination with him to like OTK any like kind of board your opponent has. So 3 is good. Sightsemis banishes a monster. No, banishes any card. That it doesn't target. Banishes any card if it attacks. So pretty good. The Petulia pops back row. The Armadix, most expensive card in the deck. Pops monster. 3 Antra. I was running 2, but you know, since Jin being gone, you know, you can play more Infernoid, so it's better.
Fair enough.
So 3 and 2. This one is kind of slow. It doesn't really do much. Like 0/0 defense doesn't help, but it's just fodder. So for my normal monsters, I run like 18. It's insane. So normal monsters, 2 card troopers. I've always believed in this card. I kind of was questioning it for a while, but you know, ultimately this card is the best because you know it's 1900. It mills on your main phase, which is the most important card, and it nets your card if it gets destroyed. So it's pretty perfect on what it does for it. And my light swarms, 2 Raidens and 1 Lumina. So these are all my normal summons. I like to keep them decked to a minimal amount of normal summons to maximize your power of card. Reasoning. And by, you know, just playing 3, I can play like 2 charge light brigades to make it like balanced. So like if one gets milled, I still have targets for the others. Okay. I didn't want to play Aaron because Jin is gone, obviously, and Lila, I run other cards to be able to deal with back rows, so I think this is like the perfect like ratio.
Fair enough.
So 2 charge, 3 reasoning, best card in the deck for now. You all know what this card does if you're playing against Infernoids. Monster Gate is pretty good.
So basically like 4 reasonings.
4 reasonings. So like in theory, if you want to open with like your normal summon monsters. So there are 5 cards here, and there are 6 cards here. So there are 11 cards that you want to open up with to start your engine going. So any of these are perfect.
Okay.
I'm bound to draw at least something, so people say the deck breaks a lot, and it does sometimes, but most of the time, if you can get yourself going, you'll be in a good spot. Okay. So to deal with back row, reason why I don't play Lyra, I play 2 Galaxy Cyclones. If it gets milled, I can still use it. Loses to Imperial Armor, but that's okay. 2 Void Seers. Void Seer is Felgrin, has a Felgrin effect which protects any of your monsters. So let's say, for example, against Cliff Forts or BA where they set 4 monsters, they have a monster and set 4 back row. You can always summon, active effect to like heavy storm the whole board, and then change Void Seer, and then by then they can't really respond to it because this card protects it from everything. Effect Veiler, Breakthrough, Bottomless, any type of card. Okay. Fair enough. Because I play 2 Dark Holes to get rid of like typical problems.
Spot removal,
Spot removal. T-King, Vanity's Fiend, Majesty's Fiend, any...
Walking
any like
floodgates.
walking floodgates. My deck is one book, one burial, and a torrential. Torrentials were just really good. Again, more removal and having like some type of way to stop your opponent from creating such a big board on you is like I favor that so much.
Always good to set a lot of cards.
So this is 40 cards. Obviously, this is gonna be like my deck for like maybe two more weeks until like the new set comes out. So when the new set hits,
we will get another deck profile.
expect if you
succeed,
do something great, I'll let you guys know. But I want to represent Infernoids.
Okay.
So side deck, Lila.
Yep.
Again, Charge of Light Brigade becomes an MST for you, so it's pretty.
Would you take something out for the Lila, like usually?
Definitely. Again, I believe in 2 Surge cards.
You want to keep your ratios the same, right?
Yeah, 2 Surge cards, 3 Light Sworn, so I would probably take out a Raiden and put in a Lila, right? So that I have diversity.
Yeah.
And I like keeping Lumina in most of the time because it's different levels compared to all the other monsters.
Keeps the Light Sworn engine going.
But it also, if these are in the graveyard, she gives me the option of any type of play I want.
Okay, she's like a utility.
Yeah.
Sure. Cool.
So we got
one Lila. One Lila. Okay.
Lila. Sea King, Walking Floodgate, really powerful. Jinzo. You lose to a lot of back row, so having him out, people don't call 6 usually.
Yeah.
So having, Jinzo hit the
He's just a good thing over reasoning. Yeah.
It's broken. It's pretty insane. People either scoop to this or just have to play it out. I'm trying the Christia at the moment.
Yeah.
It's on and off.
I see a lot of people trying Christia.
I know some people even main it.
They really want it to work, yeah.
Yeah, they really want this to work. I would play it if I'm playing a trade-in build maybe, but if you draw it, it's gonna be really hard for you to utilize it unless you're tributing, which you lose a lot of resources still. So I'm just still testing this card out a little bit. So you lose 2 cards. You lose to back row, and you lose. Your worst matchup usually is Clifford. So I have 3 Ghost Ogres to prevent that.
Yeah.
Very expensive, I know, but we lose to Scout, Monolith, any type of advantage cards, and especially lose a turn.
Yep.
So this is really helpful, especially first turn towers too. This can slow them down. It's good against usually rogue, Ritual Beast and Yosenju's. It's really good. Now, people might say why would I run so many extra normal summons?
Yeah.
It's that I don't like depending on reasoning so much. People call the deck reasoning that deck.
Yeah.
So I try to stay away from that. I understand if you don't draw reasoning, you kind of lose sometimes. So I want to be able to have backup plays for that until I can get to that reasoning.
Get out, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
A lot of floodgates in the game.
So 2 MSTs, running only 2 because I actually, to be honest, I don't have a 3rd one on me at the moment, so I'm just playing 2 today. Obviously, today was just practice testing.
Yeah.
Because I played 2 MSTs and 2 Malcats. It's a lot of these cards are interchangeable. Twister, MST, Malcats, Royal Decree, Fairy Wind. Just test out, see whatever you like.
Yeah, and plus you have your Deviati, right?
Deviati, Galaxy Cyclones, Voidster, Lila, Ghost Ogres. Just test out a lot of combination of cards and see which one you like.
Fair enough.
I also play 3 Shadow Imprisonings because Shadows and BA they kind of give me trouble sometimes.
Yeah.
By stopping if I can deal with their back row, their monsters don't mean anything to me sometimes with Shadow Imprisoning on board. So besides, they don't expect. People don't expect Infernoids to side in.
Because Infernoids have so much of a better matchup against Shaddolls anyway, and if you flip that up, it's really something unexpected for them.
Again, people see this deck and they're like, wow, you don't play, they're barely any MST, MST's dead, any type of back row hate is dead, but if you play these, if you put these in, they kind of don't expect it, so if you win game 1, game 2, should be a breeze for you if you get both of these cards.
Yep. Fair enough.
And the 1 Skill Drain.
Skill Drain.
Still testing it. Again, if we turn off all the effects and everything, Skill Drain, your monsters are better.
There are 2 Trushulas out right now.
Everything, they're recurring. Just having some type of effect negation is good.
Yep.
So, people hate this card so much.
Yep. Fair enough.
So my action deck's actually very incomplete right now because I was borrowing cards from my friends, but I'm planning on picking up the whole deck soon. I like borrowing cards because I'm kind of broke, so to be honest, but these are what I have right now. So Gaia. So we play these normal summon, not normal summon.
These normal monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't count towards the level.
They don't count towards the level of the Infernoids. And the thing is, the basic rule for if you're playing against Infernoids, they cannot have anything higher than level 9.
Sure.
Worth of total on board. But these are normal monsters.
Yeah.
So it only counts effect monsters. So normal monsters are, they help you exhibit the OTKs.
Yep.
Michael, Ancient Sacred Wyvern, an OTK card.
Yep.
You have this and Onomku, the level 10 beater. Then you have game because that's 3,000 to the face. So this card gains 3,000, so that's 51. So 51 plus 3,000 is 81. So I've done this so many times. People don't expect that this deck can OTK, but it comes out of nowhere. Yeah, Crimson Blader helps with your bad matchups like Shaddolls and Necros, It's very helpful. Even against Ritual Beasts. Black Rose, because we love blowing up the field. My XCs are Dracosac, Stone, Diamond Dagger. Well, actually, these are the only 3s that I would play.
Yeah.
These 5 cards right here are just, temporary.
Yeah.
Again, these cards are testing out, but I would rather have a Dante.
Yeah, Dante.
Big Eye, Exiton, Dark Rebellion. Dark Rebellion is also another OTK enabler too. So
Would you play Crab King?
Crab King? I wouldn't play Crab King because the last card here would be a Star Eater.
Okay.
So my outs to Towers, which is a problem to a lot of decks.
Yeah.
This deck, we have 1 out here. We have since Towers is unaffected by levels 10, level 9 or lower.
Yeah.
Ononku's level 10, so when it goes on the field, it destroys every monster on the field. So this applies to Tower, so Tower gets blown up.
Wow.
And this and the Star Eater, of course, which is supposed to be right here. But so we have 3 outs, and they're pretty accessible.
Yeah. Is that it?
Yeah, that's mostly it. Everything is still testing. Infernoids are kind of still rogue. They're not meta completely.
Somewhat limited.
Yeah,
So
but
what they can use.
I hope people expected that. There's a storm coming. The new support.
It is definitely going to charge towards tier 1. I don't know if it's going to get there.
Maybe not tier 1, but definitely
tier 2.
At least I think the deck is very Dragon Ruler-esque, but when we get the new support cards and maybe when the next ban list hits or something like that, we'll see how Infernoids do. But I really think
kind of an unorthodox deck. I mean, it doesn't really forward towards any sort of Xyz or Synchro like a lot of other
we don't really
mainstream
tend
decks.
to use extra deck. They're just extra utility for us. But mostly your monsters, again,
A lot of toolbox cards.
your monsters, they're really strong on their own. So they accomplish so much on their own. So having just them recur, come back, as long as you have Father for them.
Yeah.
It really, the deck can OTK, but it can take you to the grind game too. And I won a lot of games on my own, just grinding it out because I know my monsters are recurable.
Yeah.
And I can have a beat stick, powerful beat sticks every game, turn. It's like having a graphic come back every turn, but these are scary.
Yeah.
So,
well, thank you, Stevie, for the deck profile. Top 4 regionals. You won locals today, so whatever.
Hopefully I do well in the future with this deck. I'm very committed to it.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Stevie. See you guys later. Peace. Don't forget to friend me on Facebook, join my group, The Titan Takeover, as well as the Ignoble Lifestyle Facebook group, and subscribe. Thank you guys. Peace.